This episode is brought to you by 20 Past 4, your one-stop vape and head shop. They get new stuff weekly. Stop in and check them out. 4 locations, 2 in Great Falls, 1 in Helena, 1 in Billings, and Guerrilla Warfare Apparel. The best gear in the fight world. Join the Guerrilla Gang in 2023 because we are taking over. Be sure to use our code TWB10 for 10% off at checkout. That's TWB10 at checkout. And Jamie St. Mark's.
Who's ready for the weekly bust? You're in the right place if you came to catch the show. Tithe and Levi are the names of your host. Who the next guest is, I really wanna know. Conversation escalating, let's get to the show. Who's ready for the weekly bust?
Yo, everybody, welcome to the Weekly Bus. This is Season 4, Episode 38. We are being joined with a special guest who happened to be in town at the moment. So he goes by the name Charile Swan. What's up,
calling
man?
Chuck.
What up,
What's
man?
going on, man?
How's it going? Thanks for inviting me up.
Hey, thank you. He is the owner of Native Grown, the #1 dispensary voted the last 2 years.
What was that?
Voted #1 the last 2. I said 2 years.
That was worthy of a playback. That's what's up. How does it feel to be #1, baby?
Feels pretty good. At the beginning, that was always the goal, to try to have the best product that we could possibly.
I'm going to ask you to speak close to the mic so we can catch you, my man.
Oh, that was like my biggest goal at the beginning, was trying to get the best product we can for, try to compete with everybody with prices and everything, but make sure that we always have the best, All my product right now is testing anywhere from 28 to about 41% right now.
Jeez.
So-
Let's get into that later, man. Congratulations for showing out and being #1, baby.
Hell yeah.
First and foremost, I got to ask you a question, man. It's a question that we ask all guests, and it's a guest question that is probably one of my favorites because it gives you guys the opportunity to present yourself in your own words. Who is Charile Swan?
That's a tough question for me, because I don't know.
Tell us about it.
Just a little bit, man.
I grew up from Box Elder, Montana, born in Havre, Montana.
So a lot of people are probably that are going to listen to this, and tune into this. They might not know where that's at or what kind of geography you're kind of talking about.
It's up towards maybe about an hour and a half away from Canada border. Up there, it's Havre, Montana.
Sure, okay. And what was the like kind of growing up there in Box Elder?
It was difficult, not all the time, It's just like a different type of living. There's not very much out there. You don't have stores nearby or anything like that, so you always have to make what you can out of what you got there,
For those who
Absolutely.
don't know, that's the reservation in Montana.
Yeah,
and
Rocky Boy, Montana,
Yeah,
not
it's-
Box Elder.
it's
Rocky Boy,
kind of tough, growing up in that surroundings where there's not a whole lot of opportunities, and okay. That I just wanted to give perspective for the listeners of where that might be and how it is. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't mind me. I'm just kind of tuning in with you.
Oh no, I was just explaining. Growing up there, it was pretty much had basketball, and there's basically not a whole lot, that you could really do up there other than sports,
So while we're on the topic,
Yeah.
how's it different from today from then?
Well, for my kids, because we actually moved away. Maybe about 12 years ago, I moved away from Rocky Boy, but for my kids, they actually have a little bit more opportunity living in a bigger school.
Yeah.
So it's not just about sports. They're able to do choir.
Comments, Eva.
Choir.
I've been doing 'em.
musical,
Oh, my
and all
bad.
that stuff. So it's pretty cool.
There's a term that you hear that gets thrown around. It's even been on billboards. Resball. What do you know about resball?
Oh, man, Resball's the best, man. It's all about running and gun, man.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Don't let nobody set up. Just keep pushing the ball.
That's what Royden told me when we went to Class C tournament. What was that, last year?
Last 2 years. Actually.
Last 2 years. Oh, I missed it last year. So 2 years ago then.
Oh boy, made it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I actually like the new rules too because they just switched to time clock now. So back in the day, like when people couldn't run and gun with Native Americans, what they'd do is they'd slow up the ball and make pretty much like hold the ball for like 4 minutes at a time, before you
Jesus.
even get a shot, So that's actually some of the coaches back in the day, what they do to us, just hold the ball. Yeah, so now with the time clock and stuff, they can't hold the ball no more.
Wesley says res ball is the only ball to play.
Shout out Kill Eagle. What's up, my man?
We got our aunt.
Shout out Jeff.
We got Jeff Enger,
Jesse,
Henderson.
what's good? What's everybody tuning in? Thanks for you guys give us a share so we can get these numbers up, these views up. We appreciate it. Give Native Grown a share and all that too, man. Make sure you subscribe, like, and do all that jazz too.
Because I got a question. Chuck, have you ever been on a podcast before?
No, I haven't. A little nervous.
Hey, welcome, dog. Welcome.
Yeah.
That's like the 8th or 9th time this shit's happened, baby. Weekly bust.
Breaking new grounds. You know what I'm saying? So growing up for you, what was life like, man? Financially, did you have it off well? Did you, what was kind of coming up for Charlie?
For the most part, my parents were actually, my parents were always there for me. They always provided a lot for us. I didn't. My dad, he had to work a lot. He was a contractor. He owned an electrical company.
Yeah.
At the time, I was just a kid. I just thought that he was, thought he was gone a lot, but really he was just working a lot. So. Sure. But he always provided really good life for us, So
hell yeah,
it was all right for me growing up. It wasn't too bad, other than what my family made of it.
Yeah, no doubt. But like speaking of like, do you notice like the lack of opportunities? Is just is there like was everything mundane? Kind of a pattern. You know what I mean? Like, was it hard to think about getting out of there?
At the beginning, it was, because it's a place, it's home. It's always going to be home
right.
for me, But at the same time, I did have to get out of there because I was kind of, wasn't doing well for myself.
Right.
So it was, I had to get out of at the time, it wasn't going well for me before I moved off the reservation.
Well, you have become quite the success. Yeah, I mean, you get into your as of late. I want to get into this. So you're growing up now. You're in your teens. Let's just say your teens. Were you a wild child? Did you grow up, or were you kind of into sports more or less?
Well, growing up, through my high school days, I never touched alcohol or anything like that. Never drank, never did anything. I was just,
good on you.
No shit.
Yeah, so I had a child when I was a freshman in high school. So.
Holy.
At the time,
he's out here fucking, boy.
Getting it.
Yeah, that was my addiction.
Zoom out.
Yeah, but, once I had my kid when I was a freshman, I was kind of...
you became a man fast, huh?
Yeah, I was kind of a little rebel when I was first freshman. I wasn't passing very many classes, but once I knew I was going to have a kid, from what my dad taught me, be a man and... take care of your kid, so I started, grew up, start working at a young age, making sure I provided for my child.
At what age, after your child's birth, did you realize that wasn't for you and you were going to fucking shift gears?
For what? Say that again.
Like shift gears, like, that lifestyle wasn't for you and you were going to shift gears into the next chapter of your life? At what age?
Like, made you want to ramp it up,
Yeah.
Like, start doing companies?
Yeah, entrepreneurial type shit.
Yep, that's exactly it, man.
It probably took me about...
Shout out to Ira No Runner. He said, Chuck, entrepreneur right there.
What up, Ira? How's it going? But yeah, man, it took me a while because at the beginning of my days, when I was like teen coming out.
Give us a share, you guys, please.
Coming out, I had it tough after high school. I ended up getting married at a young age, and ended up going through all the divorce and stuff like that. And, mentally I wasn't there. So I moved.
At what age was that at?
It was I got married at 18, right when I graduated.
Okay. So when did all that shit start to kind of weigh you out?
Probably about 22 is when.
Dude, I feel like that was my fucking era too. Was the 22, 23.
Back up just a bit.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Shit, am I blowing you guys out?
Well, no, but probably their eardrums buzzing.
No, that was my era too. Was around 23. That's why I asked, because mental health was a serious issue for me. That's when I had my first real panic attack. Was around 23.
Yeah, and see, I was going through the same thing at about 22. I was like going through my divorce, and I let alcohol consume my life at the time, and I was out drinking a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Just pretty much wandering around, like just walking around like on the reservation and stuff. So, and then at a point, I knew like I could do better for myself, and I had to, get out of that slump. So I decided to.
Do you remember
move
the
away.
situation where you're like just chilling, and you're like, fuck this, dude, I got a plan, dude?
Probably one night I got really, really blacked out, like, and I come to, and I was kind of being suicidal and stuff. So I was like, that's enough. I got to start getting my mind right,
Well, you're a survivor, man, so let's give a little hands up for that. Anybody that survives that shit, because we all know that mental health is a serious issue, especially with men in Montana, man. Montana has one of the highest suicide rates in the nation, so anybody that's willing to talk about, their situation like that.
Don't quote me, but I think maybe the highest.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway.
I think so, too. I think Alaska might be higher than us.
Oh.
But that being said, man, I always like to salute somebody that makes it out of a situation to better themselves, man. Because there's always a lot of life left, and people don't understand that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Sometimes it's just hard to see.
Yeah, especially for younger ones, like for me, I was 22, and at the time, I felt like there was nothing there, and I, like for myself, I felt like, oh man, there's nothing here for me, I don't have, going through a divorce and stuff. I was heartbroken and stuff like that, so
Yeah.
that wore on me, growing up there, that was my life.
Right. That's what you. It's weird because when you're at that age, you believe that's kind of the vision you have for your future. You're gonna be some family guy and knuckle down, and you don't realize that And it's weird how you don't see it like your future as like as easy as you do it when you get a little older. You can see a layout better. But then I've been because I was going through something of the same and suicidal shit. You know what I mean? Of course. And when you make it out, man, it's just a different feeling. When you were painting your vision, though, did you ever see yourself at this status? And how did you, where did you get started? How did it all start?
I always wanted to, start, a marijuana dispensary company and everything like that. But I just didn't. I knew it's going to take a lot of money, and I obviously knew that it wasn't going to be done overnight. And so when I first started getting everything together, my business plan and everything, I knew that I had to use what my dad taught me, which was electrical. And so I started an electrical company up at my reservation.
Okay.
And,
What'd you name it? If you
Swan
don't know.
Electric.
Oh, no. Cool.
Yeah, I just named it the same as my dad. We reopened it. My dad just let me, run it.
Yeah, that's sick, man. So your dad, did you get involved in the electricity as well? Is that something that you mastered, or did you just help get a company going on?
It was basically my dad working under his license and everything like that. We had all the contracts and stuff, and now that's how you're able to do everything like that. So
Nice. Okay, so
it wasn't too bad.
it was a handed down like trade then from your father. It was like a legacy.
Well, kind of, yeah. He wouldn't do no work, I would go bid.
You would,
everything. Though. Yeah, I would do everything. He told me when I opened the company. He
That's
said
awesome.
He already done it. He said he'll back me in it, but
There you
as
go.
far as all the work goes and everything, he was a mailman at the time, and he was like, I don't want nothing to do with the company. You just got to.
Way to
you
carry
bid
on
and all
tradition,
that.
man.
So,
That's pretty badass.
So, and then, and what really got me going, though, is like when I first moved here to Great Falls, back in, I think it was like 12 years ago, about when I first moved here, I moved up to the Autumn Run apartments or whatever they were, living in like a little 1-bedroom or whatever. It was crazy, it was an accomplishment for me to move into my own place, and then,
yeah, you left too, dude, and it's a weird big step for a lot of people. Like it was hard getting him off the res, and I mean that as in my father.
Yeah, and it was tough here, when I first lived here, because it was an eye opener for me, because I, at the time my wife didn't really. We talked about it at the time before I opened my electrical company. We both discussed that we wanted to try to make a living here first before I started jumping around,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
that way she could see me more. But what ended up happening is it was really tough to get employment around here, So I was like, man, this ain't for me. I can't be living off of low-paying jobs like this, especially with a big family. At that time I had like 5 kids, so I definitely couldn't make it. So that's when I started our company up in Rocky Boy and stuff, and then we kicked off.
Raise it a little bit. All right.
Oh yeah, that big rise. Okay. Yeah, then he's to lean so hard. How long did you end up doing that, and how long were you calling Great Falls home?
I honestly always loved Great Falls because I used to
Oh yeah, way better.
I used to live here in Great Falls. Like my auntie used to live here for about pretty much all of her life, and She was like another mom to me. Her name was Marion.
So you come back and forth and shit a lot?
Yeah, so every summer I'd come live with her, and then her son, his name was Matthew at the time, or Matthew Latempt, and he would come live with my mom up here during during school and stuff. So we're like brothers and stuff, you know. And
yeah,
you know, we go back and forth. I love, you know, always like Great Falls, so this is where I want to be.
Kyle Serber, what up,
Oh, so
buddy?
you call Great Falls home now?
Yeah, I call Great Falls home because I just built a house up here.
Oh, that's what's up.
Shout out to Native Grown. Kyle Serber says that GMO was fucking fire.
Hell yeah. Got some new stuff out that just tested 42. Have to check that out.
What's that one called? Mike Hammond says, what's the best bud you have?
I'd have to say right now the GMO is testing highest, but the one that just won this year, I took GMO and the new strain we created, which was Chuckalicious. That actually took down all the awards this year, was Chuckalicious.
There we go.
Hold on, you hungry bastards. We're not even there yet. Okay, so you transition. So how long were you doing the electric thing? And then, you know, what was your next major move for business-wise?
I did electrical for about 4 years. And then, you know, I didn't really want to jump into the marijuana business right away fully because I was watching the laws and stuff and how at the time the state was fucking with everybody. You know, they'd give you, they'd be like, "Oh,
what year are you personally referencing right now?" Like
I'd probably
timeline. I just want a timeline.
2018 is when they really
lifting
got the laws up, and you know the feds kind of got off everybody's back. You know, because at the time they were trying to make everybody.
Oh yeah, the first go around was bananas, right?
Like,
people are getting busted and shit for the feds to just come in and fuck everything up.
Yeah, then they'll take everything from you. Yeah, so it was bullshit. You know, so I was like, I didn't work my ass off, you know, working my construction company to spend all my money than them to take everything away, you know. So I was like, I can't do that. I have a family, you know. So I was always looking out for them. And then I seen that the laws were changing. So 2018, I had enough money saved, and I was actually getting burned out of construction and everything. So originally I was going to do a convenience store because that's something that our, you know, up in Rocky Boy needs is a
that'd be sick, bro. That'd still be a sick idea.
Yeah, that time still can come though.
Yeah,
you know
eventually.
Fucking, they only got jitterbugs basically out there. You know what I mean? They need a gas station, legitimately.
Yeah, and that's what I was actually trying to do at the beginning. But
other prospects on beef.
What's up?
Other prospects on beef.
Oh yeah, I'm actually starting that company right now. I already have like 30 head right now.
Let them get there. Let them get there.
Yeah, so that's my next one. Actually, I was gonna jump into the beef, and you know,
there you go.
My whole thing is to sell. When I start this beef company or whatever up there, it's probably gonna be years away. But
yeah, right. He's trying to beef with the Duttons.
Yeah, but we'll get to that later on.
Okay, so now, all right. So you moved again. You transition. You're thinking about these other things. You leave electricity, or do you keep that company going and then start another?
I had to leave it going for a little bit because at the beginning, you know, I still had a bunch of contracts that I had to close out. I ended up finishing what I had to on there. Took care of all those contracts first. It took me about a year to close out everything.
Sure.
Completely on there, and then I transitioned into the marijuana business. But you know, at the beginning, it was awful at the beginning.
I bet. Yeah. Okay, so that leads right into what I was gonna say. So when you start a business, everybody fucking knows that you might drown in your first year. Most motherfuckers know that.
Yeah.
When you started this, you know, especially just coming off of, you know, these federal regulations, everything just seems to be lightening it up, right? You're like, this is the time. You're thinking about it. What was your thinking process, you know, and what was a lot of the cons that you ran into right off the top, man, and that you had to hurdle?
Well, my biggest thing was, you know, when they lifted the laws and everything, there's only a few shops that only had a few patients at the time, and they went off of square footage of how many patients you had.
Okay.
And me, I started off in a bigger building, and my mentality was I want to buy something that I own. I don't want to rent, because that's one way that everybody was losing their companies was they're renting the buildings. Then they'd get going. Then those guys would be like, no, we can't rent you no more. You know, we'll get in trouble.
The whole operation's
fucked.
Yeah,
so then they'd end up shutting their operations down. So and my biggest thing was I wanted to go big at the beginning, at least $1 million to $2 million grow at least yearly at the beginning.
Give us a share, you guys, please. If you're liking and enjoying the content that you're reviewing, give us a share. Thank you very much.
So I started off with that, and, you know, I had a couple patients at the beginning, and, you know, I had a lot of family that backed me on it, and at the time, you know, it was, you had to wait for us to grow.
Did you
for us, so-
financially back the whole thing by yourself?
I got all the way to starting my first crop, and then I fucking fucked up really bad at the beginning. Like, my lights, like the HVAC.
Growing
wasn't
wise,
on.
okay, yeah,
growing
got you.
wise, the HVAC wasn't on. My lights were too strong.
Your
you
first
know?
grow up was a
Yeah.
fucking failure.
Yeah, but I didn't really necessarily fail, but I didn't get what I wanted. I ended up with like 5 pounds. You know?
Hey man, around here we don't take L's. What do we take, Levi?
We call them learning lessons, baby.
Yeah, we never take L's, man.
Yeah.
That was one of your learning lessons, bro.
Yeah, it was, and we ended up jumping off there, and then I ended up getting a little bit of backing from I ended up selling some of my company to get to where I'm at right now. I ended up with a pretty good partner, Benjamin Chodar, and he's pretty
Shout
good,
out.
good business
Yeah.
partner.
How did you guys come about? Did you guys just meet along the way, or you guys just like minded? What the fuck was that about? How was it?
I knew Sears Tierman for a while, and Sears Tierman, he kind of introduced me to Benjamin because me and Sears were boys for a really long time up here, and then I kind of pitched pitched what I was gonna do.
Business
to him, my
motives and
business
shit. Yeah.
plan and everything to Ben, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I believe in you, And at the time, there was nobody that had the money to do it, and then everybody was like, basically, didn't believe in me. Like they didn't think I was gonna get as far as I did. Everybody was pretty much saying you're gonna fail.
Dude, shout out
like
to
that.
all those boys, man.
Yeah.
Kai says Chuck is seriously one of the biggest reasons I'm at where I'm at in life. I'm very proud and honored to represent his brand.
Hell yeah! What's
So
up,
you're
Kai?
mentioning Sears, you're mentioning
World
Benjamin.
champion
We gotta bring
BKFC,
the
man.
boy.
Shout out
Love
to
that, bro.
our boy Kai Stewart, man. He just got the fucking fight ever. He's on the biggest fucking card on BKFC history.
What up,
David
Chitty
Feldman
Goody?
announced it today. We'll talk about it later.
We'll get into it. But as of right now, that's what we got.
Okay, so now you've got the backing. You've learned a little ins and outs. You named the company. The name has been everywhere. Let's get into it. How did you come up with the name, and what is the name of your company?
At the beginning, it actually wasn't native grown at the beginning. At the very beginning, when we first started, me and my dad came up. Me getting stoned, obviously, and my dad was like, I got an idea. Let's call it Green Acres, but with aches and pains. Aches,
Yeah,
okay.
That's kind of funny, man.
We spelt it that way, and everybody was like, "What does that even mean?" And like nobody got it, other than me and my dad, pretty much. And then
Hey, see,
was
this is one of those stone moments.
Like a year later, I was talking after my boy Ben got involved with it. Me, Sears, and him were kind of talking. They're like, "Man, we need to change that name." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree." And they're like, what do you think native growing is, or not native growing at the time? He was like, what about the shop? What do you think represents us the most? And I was like, man, what I want to do is, help Native Americans. And that's what the main reason why I put around up there, and
There you
to
go.
help out people, and here, he was like, well, let's, brainstorm some names and stuff. And then we ended up coming up with native growing, and it ended up working perfect with what we're doing. And, I love
And it's
the name.
fucking sick, dog. I
Yeah,
like how you guys
the
went with
name
the 8.
is awesome.
I like how you went with the 8. I like
Yeah,
that.
the 8 came from a lot of the old pages I used to run on Facebook. And my
There
buddy
you
was
go.
like, you got to keep it with the
Logan,
8
thank
in
you for the
there."
stars. Or, yeah, that's right, stars.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I am part Blackfeet. My mom was from up there. She was a West Wolf.
So how did you
Hell
come
yeah.
up with the logo? It's catchy. It's pleasing. It's eye pleasing.
So I'm from Rocky Boy, but I'm about, I'd say 50% Cree and then 33% Blackfeet. I could be enrolled either or.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so to answer their question right there.
Yeah. Back to your brand. How did you come up with your logo? I like it. It's eye pleasing. I like the way it looks.
So me, when coming home or coming from where I live, so I'm from Rocky Boy, but everybody has their mountain that they look at, and for me it was the Square Butte because
Ooh.
we lived right behind this Square Butte, and that's what I
Nice.
looked at every day, growing up. And then me, when we're playing basketball outside, that's what we'd always see is this buffalo jump.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So I was like, man, I got to put something that reminds me of my childhood. So I put the buffalo jump there, and then eventually we added buffaloes to it, and then now we just started the feature with the native chasing the buffalo that way.
That's
people
sick.
know. So
That's sick, man.
it's pretty cool. And then if you notice on our bags and stuff, if you buy 3.5 gram bags, there's going to be 3 buffalo and a little tiny buffalo, a baby buffalo for 3.
Shut up. A little
Nice.
Easter egg? That's
Yeah.
kind of cool, man.
And then if you buy like a half
How
ounce,
many stoners got it, I wonder, man?
yeah, and then if you get a half ounce,
Yeah, he's capping. He's
Yeah,
saying,
Roy.
I got
If you guys are on our Facebook, if you could jump over to our YouTube,
no
that would
worries.
be
It's on a fine balance. Fenner had it balanced out perfectly.
my bad, sorry.
No, you're good, dude. Life
that
goes
up.
on. We ain't worried about it. Logan, yes, sir.
We'll
We
just keep it
appreciate every
cooking.
star we get. Goes right
So
back to the
native
boys.
grown has truly grown across the state.
Nice.
Yeah, it was at the beginning, you know, everybody thought there was just going to be a little Ma's and Pa's shop, you know, and me, I always wanted to expand as fast as I can, and with all the laws changing and everything, that's what it's going to end up being before they, you know, because 2025 they're supposed to release all the new licenses and stuff, and at that time, you know, of course we're going to get bigger people coming in.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is become the big guy before they come in.
Yeah, you
that
gotta
way they have to
Support your local businesses.
Yeah, for sure, and that's why, you know, I started up in Box Elder, then we moved into Cut Bank, and then we moved into Harlem, and now we got East Glacier.
So question.
Fucking growing, bud.
You got the ins and outs now. You truly are a man of at the top of your game. You're in. Can you give us a lowdown of how, you know, kind of what you're looking at, like cultivation wise, manufacturing wise, and then distribution, and then kind of opening. We're gonna segue into like opening. You know, you got multiple storefronts, like you're talking now.
Yeah, like you looking like what we're
You
doing
grow
today.
like, you know, garden wise. You know, do you have
Right now, our cultivation right now, when I first started, it was only 2,000 square feet is what I started in.
Uh-huh.
You know, obviously I had to use some of that for.
how many strains? You know,
strains and stuff.
would you have grown like? You know,
Right now, I have like 30 right now.
holy
Nice.
shit!
But the thing with the 30 is we didn't have enough grow space for everything right now.
Okay.
And that's what I've been working on this past year. I ended up getting my greenhouse going. I just now finished my building in Cut Bank.
That's
I'll be-
incredible. Congratulations,
Yeah,
man.
so I'll be pulling my first crop in Cut Bank here
Yeah.
next week, actually, with that new building. And then
That's
I
a
just
celebration in
announced
itself, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations for
So now
for
I
your
think
first successful grow.
I think our cultivation right now is about 9,000 square feet right now.
There we go, dude. Growing all the time.
So
Growing all the
you
time.
know when the laws passed, you know, and it lightened up and everything opened up to regulations, including for recreational. Did you were you
up,
stressed the
Howie?
fuck out? Did you have any growing pains, or did you kind of adjust with the rapid rush of shit?
Well, at the beginning, you know, it was tough. You know, with medical and stuff, they kind of had some messed up laws at the beginning where, you know, your card holder could only go through you, which sales wasn't very good. You know, we wasn't able to expand just
I
off
do remember
of,
hearing about that.
yeah, we
Yeah.
wasn't able to expand off of just our patients, what we had. And then later on, they did the untethering. And then that's when everybody could go to their, you know, anybody that was
Yeah.
card could go to wherever they wanted.
Right.
And then that's when our company actually started picking up. We started getting a lot of other people, like a couple of Blooms patients and all those guys, like, you know, they
What like
shifting
were you
over.
almost hesitant about opening up locations across the state because of fucking zoning and shit though?
A little bit, but me, I'd always investigate on what counties aren't fucking with people, you know, or, you know, like they're not.
Yeah.
they
So
don't
you
give a
really
shit
had to do your
about, you
homework
know,
on each
yeah,
location. That's
Definitely. And then,
like you're like, I have all this fucking plans, but you guys are stopping everything here.
yeah, the toughest one is going to be Great Falls right now.
Really?
I put in my license 7 months ago.
Fuck, there you go. And we
Yeah.
talk about this
But-
all the time, man. City
I mean, it
regulations
makes
too.
sense.
Yeah, 7 months
It's-
ago we put in for this license or to even start building. And, you know, I thought we was going to be open and rolling by now. But right now we never even got to break ground because they still never approved
You're
the
no
prints.
kidding.
Yeah,
Shame
which
on
is,
Great Falls for dragging their feet.
yeah, so this is the toughest
We're trying to get
place.
some new blood in there, man. We have a buddy of ours that recently ran, and I think Matt, maybe he intends to announce some things later on in his career. But Josh Copeland has some great things in mind. I'd like to see him do some great things with the city commission, man. But he was talking about maybe, you know, I don't even want to announce it, you know, but he has big ambitions himself.
Hell yeah, brother.
And I would like to see someone like that in this bud so we can get things moving around here, man. So people like you don't struggle as hard to open up new businesses here because Great Falls deserves to grow like everyone else.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of businesses that
Iris
Try
has
to
come
come
down
to
to
me.
Billings. I don't know what the.
I'm
talks
down
are
to come
there.
to Billings. Actually, I'm actually looking that way right now. Trying to figure out, trying to put it closer to Hardin if I could, you know, but I need some people up there that, you know, possibly might know some locations that are open to selling some land or even renting some land leases up there.
So there you go, Ira. Good.
Yeah, so let me know, Ira.
So like, what is the current pulse? Is that what you were saying? Is that 2025 is when things will kind of lighten up, or is
Well,
it?
no, 2025 is when they're going to actually open the licenses up again to buy them. Because
Okay.
originally they were supposed to start this year, but they pushed it back another 2 years. That way, what happens is as long as we're continuing to grow and stuff, we could level jump and stuff. So by the time these guys come here, I should be a level 10. And then, you know, pretty much level 10 is you could do it.
Top dog?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
top
pretty
dog.
much. Like you could put your stores all over the place and everything like that.
Nice.
So like
That's
which
sick.
like all licenses for total amount of dispensaries, or how does that work?
Yeah.
Well,
Are they
yeah.
opening up more license? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they're going to open it up that way. But everybody that
Like liquor license almost.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, so all those other businesses that are out of staters, they
Thank
could
you, whoever
possibly
switched over
come
to
in and
YouTube.
start buying, you know, like starting companies. But Montana, they are helping, you know, everybody like right now that has license already.
Uh-huh.
So they're kind of blocking that a little bit because right now they're like, you know, they're not allowing them to come until 2025. Then they have to start from tier 1.
That's gonna be tough because
Yeah,
big
so-
market's gonna come in. You know.
Yeah, well,
Yes, sir,
it's not going
Ira,
to be
thank
tough
you.
because those big markets probably won't want to come in because they're going to have to start at a tier 1.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
if they
Okay.
have to
Okay.
start
okay.
at the tier 1, nobody really wants to start at tier 1, you know.
And
unless
so
you
is it
have
like a
time
point
for it.
system? Is that how that works? Or
It's tier 1 is more of like how much you could grow, you
Okay.
know, and how much shops you could open and everything like
turnover? I get it.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
so and being at level 10 and stuff, by the time they come in, I'll be able to open 20 some shops, you know, and then I'll have pretty much unlimited grow of what I can grow, you know. in
Fucking
all
A,
my
dude, that's-
buildings.
You're kind of a
Congratulations, that's
rare motherfucker, bro. Like, you are the man right now because you have a story that a lot of people don't have. A lot of people get stuck on the res. They're born there and they never leave. They've never traveled, never seen a vacation, never done nothing in the sense of wanting to progress. You left there, made yourself one of the biggest businessmen around by yourself in the sense of a vision, man, for your own quest. I think your story is worth sharing to a lot of people, man. Have you ever done any seminars or anything like that?
No, I don't. Honestly, man, I don't really talk too much about anything I do too much anymore because, like,
True
I don't know.
inspiration, man. You really are.
yeah, some people be like, you know, you're bragging about yourself or stuff like that. So I
Very
just-
modest. I get it.
so-
You're a modest, man.
Actually,
Yeah,
Howie
so I
has a
just-
good question. I know that the answer is no, but we can. I guess I can go back to the expansion talks. Says, are you allowed to export to other states? No,
No, we're not.
but he has end open in other states, so keep your eye out because native growing's coming.
Yeah,
to
what's
you.
the future hold for native grown, man?
We're right now. I'm in the process. Me and my business partner are trying to expand into 2 other locations right now as we're waiting for Great Falls to open. Because right now, with all the grow that we're opening right now, we're going to be able to open up at least 3 more shops that we could supply. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
our product sells like all of our products fresh. It lasts only 30 days. And
There we
it's all
go.
off the shelf.
And then it's gone, yeah.
Yeah, and it's gone. So you know, our stuff isn't ever
Understandable.
You know, nothing's ever like, you know, it's always sticky.
Montana likes to smoke weed, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely, why not?
especially if it's good weed, you know.
Yeah.
They love their good weed.
Say vote aye. I vote.
Huh.
What are we voting on? I get aye.
And you know, I'm gonna be. We're
Oh, God,
our next move right now. We're gonna be moving up to New Mexico. We're trying to jump into state jump right now, you know. And so
We're at New Mexico.
Albuquerque is where we're.
Let's
shooting
go,
at
baby. We
first
love
right
New
now.
Mexico. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Albuquerque treated us well, man. It was fun down there.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
we have yet to.
It reminded me of a big ass Billings.
you
Does it
know?
not look like big ass Billings?
Yeah, exactly. That's
It does.
Absolutely.
We said that, bro. Hey, we said that.
Because we
I
were
feel
on the
like
hill
there's
by
a
the
lot of
hospital.
opportunity there, 'cause they don't have nobody up there. Like they have a lot of shops, but
We
all
have
the
hats
shops
from
are
down
like
there.
right there. You know, they're not even trying to put outside of the city limits or anything like that.
Really?
Yeah, so I feel like if we go up there and we could, you know, possibly get on the city limits where
Maybe you
people
can
are
pop 2 or 3
searching.
shops out
Yeah,
there.
that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, that'd be
so,
sick.
right off the freeways. And stuff
Right?
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That'd be dope. It's everything's about location. I'm sure you're scouting out everything. Is that what you're going to be doing here soon?
Yeah, just been like.
Oh, yeah.
I got my
which
locations
I
here in
know.
Montana picked out. It's just slow opening because I got to make sure I have enough product and everything. I don't
Sure.
want to be wholesale.
That was my. I was going to ask you, man. So once you start opening up these other shops, are you guys prepared already for that influx of traffic?
We'll
With
be
getting
all
the new
right 'cause
licenses?
I do work with some other companies out there. Like I'm like gummy bears and stuff. I'll buy from Spark One and stuff because
Okay.
they're on lock on stuff like that, you know. And there's a few places I use right now, but we just now came out with we're getting our lab and everything going like that because at the time, you know,
Exciting.
we didn't have enough product for it because all of our weed sells 100%, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Usually people will turn their old weed into concentrate, but we don't have that problem, you know. We're actually selling everything 100, so it's like we don't have the product to even make the concentrate, you know.
That's crazy.
So good, you know.
Incredible.
So sales are definitely, you know, doing as well and everything like that.
And whatever helps boost both your economies.
Yeah,
You know,
for
because if you
sure.
can't do like carts and stuff, because that's a big market as well.
Yeah,
I like, you know,
we're gonna
I
be
like a
moving
good
on
cart
that.
when I
Yeah,
fucking-
we're gonna be definitely moving into the carts and stuff. So, and then we've been making some new stuff that nobody has in the state right now, which is live rosin. It's actually better than diamonds and everything. So
Really?
that stuff's straight pressed. You know, nothing. You know, there's no chemicals or anything in there at all. It's just like straight pressed.
That's
hash,
incredible,
everything.
man. So you guys got you got good products on the way. You got multiple locations getting ready to open up. I can't wait for you guys to be in Great Falls.
Ira says he'll make you some edibles.
You're all,
Yeah, Ira is actually the man on edibles. I'd love to have him working for my shop.
Hell
Just
yeah.
I need more product and everything because I seen what Ira could do. Ira could cook, man. That guy could bake. I seen him make some cool ass edibles.
so not only are you like a great in the marijuana community and probably a very big voice in the marijuana community in Montana, but you're also a voice in your community in general in Montana. You sponsor Wesley Kill Eagle's promotion, Kill Eagle Promotions, who does charity for children's childhood cancer and fighting against that. And you also sponsor a world champion fighter, Kai Stewart.
Who just asked, when's the Kai Stewart strain coming out?
Hopefully within the next 6 months before Great Falls opens, bro.
Hell
How
yeah.
exciting,
There we
man!
fucking go.
So what leading into relationships like that, that leads you into the fight world. Have you got a chance to make any appearances to any of those events?
Oh, I definitely watch every single Kai fight. You know, if Kai's fighting, then I definitely go. For the most part, that's pretty much who I watch. Him or Billy Wagner. You know. Those
Oh yeah,
two
we
are-
love Billy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those two are the best fighters. I like watching those two. They're bad.
So what do you think about
There you go, Kai. I'm
BKFC and
hyped
Bare
too,
Knuckle
buddy.
then?
Oh man, it's intense to be honest. It's crazy, you know. It just you be seeing people that are whooping people's ass the whole fight, then just takes one hook and
Oh
takes
yeah,
over the
man!
whole fight.
It's
Yeah,
a whole
like,
different fight, man.
it
What
is,
we
it's
always say,
definitely-
it's only a punch away.
yeah, it is, man. It's intense. I love it.
Just
and,
listen to the mitts hit me,
Yeah.
dude. It's fucking sick.
and Kai is badass, man. He's
Absolutely.
you know.
It's
Works
speaking of
hard.
Kai, man. Like shout out to the boy. You
Hell
know.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so real talk, man. Our boy just got a fight announced that's massive. He's on the biggest BKFC card in history of the company, who's being headlined by Mike Perry, Eddie Alvarez, Ben Rothwell, and Duffy.
Yeah.
And then we
Keep
got
going.
Faria versus Rowdy Beck. And then we got our boy underneath that, who is Kai Stewart, the man, the outcast, defending his title down in Salt Lake City against a
Oh,
very
yeah.
seasoned fighter, HD Howard Davis. The people asked for it. David Feldman heard it. Shaq wants it. Kai Stewart responds and says, bring it on. We got a fight happening on our hands, and we know who's going to win it. Our boy, motherfucking Kai Stewart's bringing the belt back home and still.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
I'll be
sir.
there to witness that.
dog.
2 seats, Kai, for sure.
Salt Lake City, SLC, December 2nd. Be there or be square, motherfucker, because you won't be around. Let's go.
I'm excited as all get out. That's a fight.
Stevens versus Jimmy Rivera. That's right.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy Rivera's on that
Arnold
fucking-
Adams fighting Mick Terrell. Holy shit, dude.
The
Mick
card
Terrell.
is lit. In my opinion, this is going to be the dopest card in history. I just think it's guaranteed to have some of the dopest fights ever on the whole year. This guaranteed to produce some of the biggest highlights that BKFC has produced.
Wes,
all-
find somebody with a Cessna or something, bro, because we're trying to fly.
David Feldman announced it on Ariel Hawani's show. You know, one of the in my opinion, the biggest voice in combat sports, probably besides Joe Rogan, is Ariel. And David Feldman got the call in. Even to make it cooler, the Mike Perry fight ended up shaping to be a title fight called the King of Violence title. They're going to be fighting for pretty much the bad motherfucker title. but in BKFC, it's called the King of Violence. That's brand new. That's breaking news. And Ariel Helwani is going to be the one that delivered the belt to the winner.
Oh yeah.
Chuck, Kai said he already got your tickets down. Wrote down.
Isn't that incredible?
All right, cool. Hell yeah, thanks, bro.
Howie absolutely stacked.
That's how.
Holy shit, bud.
That's how Charlie has
Give me
it.
2 of those best, Kai.
Charlie's got it.
That's how Charlie has it. The champ says hand delivered got you.
And mind you, tickets just went on sale at 2 p.m. today.
The dog is the dog. You know it.
Oh yeah.
Bark, baby.
Is that something that you are personally very excited for, considering that you're sponsoring this fighter?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
On such
I'm
a
always
massive
excited.
card.
I'm always excited to watch Kai fight. You know, I like to see how much he improved. It seems like every fight he always, improves. You know, he's a
There
hard
you go,
worker.
Wes.
Oh yeah, for
He
sure. You
busts
can't.
his ass
You
for what he
cannot
does,
knock
yeah.
his work ethic. It's insane.
Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like he's the best overall fighter I seen. You know, he knows how to grapple, everything what you need. You know, especially for bare knuckle. I know that he used to do UFC at the beginning, and I feel like that helped. him a
MMA,
lot.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, MMA at the beginning. So.
I just said this privately to him actually, and to another person. I said his ability to adapt to a moment is unlike anything I've ever seen, and I've seen him do it over and over and over and over again. Where everyone
Exactly.
doubts him, and the cards don't look right, and he might look like the underdog. He pulls it out, and he fucking wins, dude.
Every time.
The kid has
Absolutely.
the kid has a secret dog that he doesn't expose very often to the public, but it's there when he fights.
Oh yeah, he's tough. Tough
For
as
real,
fuck.
man. He's pretty humble.
Back
That's
the dog in the corner. You gonna bite, boy. Tell you what.
And it seems like he's everyone wants a piece of him. You know, that's how you know you're at the top of your game. He has everyone calling him out across the globe. Brian Duran, HD, Datwin, Tommy McMillan. Everybody's calling out Kai because everybody knows that he has the belt and that he's the voice right now. He's probably the biggest fighter in Montana.
Hell yeah, it's dope. Love him, man.
Anyways, Levi, what do you got going on over there?
Oh, I'm just reading comments, bro.
Comment reading. So, what is your vision for the Reds? If you got asked about how you can improve its current situation since opportunity so low, you did
Hashtag
mention building a
convenience
gas
store,
station.
baby.
I think that's incredible,
Hell yeah.
and I think that's very inspirational and very needed.
Yeah.
That's the shit I was talking about referencing. What's your vision for the future for the Reds if you can help people?
You know, later on, my biggest goal in life, actually, and I talked about this before, like when I used to have Facebook and stuff like that, my biggest goal was to actually start a suicide center up there, you know. And
Shout out, dude.
yeah,
that's
what-
incredible.
That's like the biggest thing I want to do up there
Hell
for
yeah.
my communities and put them all over if I could.
Levi, what's the suicide number?
988. If you're out there struggling, just know there's people listening. 988 available 24/7. If you want to get more personal, the boys are always open.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yes. George AJ Jackson. What's up, brother of AJ's Trees?
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
That's our dog, man. Shout out to AJ and his tree company and snow removal company. He and landscaping all in general. This man is the man. If you guys are looking for any landscaping business, shout out to AJ first. Make sure you get a quote from him.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
988. Yes, sir.
So that's dope, man. So, I love the gas station idea over there. They really, truly, they would need
Yeah,
something
I
like that.
was-
A big convenience store, not
Yeah.
one of, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was
I
hoping
like
for
both
was
those ideas,
at
bro.
least to do a convenience store, and then I bought cattle recently. Also, that's going to be another business venture later on in life, you know.
and you're going to have that out there?
Yeah, I'm going to set it up out there. My biggest thing is I'd like to butcher my own beef up there and then sell it for cheaper than what people sell it, you know, like buy it. in
Almost start
packet
like a
and
discount
everything
meats
like
up
that.
there.
Grass-fed beef or
Yeah,
no?
for
I
sure.
feel that.
Beef, there you go.
Yep. And we could actually take it to a whole different level and actually just like buy everybody else up there, you know, cows.
That's
and
a whole
stuff
new
to
game in
butcher,
itself.
yeah.
Now you're battling what the Food and Drug Administration and all that shit. Are you nervous about that? Like, that's a whole different regulation system.
A little bit, but you know, as long as we could get it approved by USDA.
Ira, you
I
got to
think
have
we
your
could-
hand
we
in
could do a
both
lot,
dishes,
you know?
baby.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, and then you know, there's a lot of. If I actually open on a reservation, it'd be a lot cheaper on my end, you know, because I could, you know, some of that stuff is tax free, especially being a grocery store.
Yeah,
beef
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
Like that, that's all tax free and stuff.
Nice.
So you don't have to really claim that as much as you would in the state.
Interesting.
So that's how I could be competitive and stuff like that if I open up around there.
There
That's
you go.
incredible.
Or if I do it on state land, then you know, it's gonna hit a little bit, but at the same time, it's still doable.
Ira said-
Are you ready to go to war against the Duntons?
Oh shit.
Iris says,
Definitely not.
Iris says, get in the community high and then providing them with munchies. I said, gotta have your
Fuck
hand in
that.
both
That's the
dishes,
best,
baby.
man.
Let's go.
No shit.
We
At least
put
he's-
food trucks all over.
That's
Ira.
right. At least he's. That's right. Speaking of food trucks, shout out to the best drink stand around, Sip Invasion.
Your one-stop energy drink and slushy and smoothie site ever.
We don't have slushies or milkshakes, but
You know.
smoothie site for sure. Italian sodas, baby.
Energy drinks. Hey man, you done a lot of traveling recently. Where are you traveling next, and what do you got in your personal future? Like, what do you got going on?
I got tomorrow. I'm flying out to Atlanta tomorrow. I'm taking
What's over in Atlanta?
I'm taking my dad and mom. It's their birthday, and they always talked about going to see Willie Nelson and George Strait. So I'm taking them to Willie Nelson, George Strait.
Shut up! You're seeing George Strait live, the legend himself.
Yeah, so we're going.
But you just Googled it and it's like, wherever it's at, we going?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking
my wife,
gang, dude. Hell
you
yeah.
know, my wife.
Jeez.
She bought these tickets and stuff. She was like, "We're gonna go up there and check it out." She had a bunch of air miles, so
My wife loves
all
George
that, so-
Strait.
How many of you are going?
just me, my dad, my wife, and my mom.
Oh, there you
Just
go.
gonna be us four, leaving the kids. And then next
That
week,
sounds fun, dude.
yeah, next week I got next week when I get back, I'm gonna be traveling to Albuquerque. I'm hoping to get up there and meet with some of these family and stuff, so I could try to get this shop rolling up there.
Flying
Hey man, we
again?
know a lot of people out there. Maybe you want to link up to them. Maybe maybe they could help you get a startup going on. So when you have grand openings, maybe they make appearance.
Hell yeah, that'd be dope.
Hell yeah.
That'd be kind of tight.
Hell
That'd be
yeah.
kind of tight.
You're up here in Montana doing Montana things just recently. What were you just doing? You're hunting, right?
Yeah, I was hunting up there. I was just got done hunting earlier. I've been elk hunting a lot. I love elk hunting. Trying to get one with a bow. Very
I
challenging.
just got me a bow.
Yeah, very challenging, man. I honestly I've been hitting it hard for like 2 years now and only got like one shot off, so it's like really challenging.
Yeah. Okay.
It humbles you.
I don't even. I just
Yeah.
bought the bow. I don't even have a
Yeah,
release
deer and
yet,
rifle
my
I
boy.
could get one, man, but man, deer and bow it's a whole different story.
Really?
Yeah,
Joe Rogan
totally.
loves it, man. He's one of the people that we watch the most, and he's addicted to elk hunting here in Montana with bows.
Yeah, I wish I could get up on them. I'm sure I'll eventually once I get one then.
If you guys could switch over to our YouTube channel and help us get our watch hours up, we appreciate you very much.
Montana's known for doing outdoor activities, doing family functions. What's your favorite family function when you go to like a family barbecue, reunion, powwow, whatever?
My biggest thing I like to take my kids up to up there and we usually go up to Browning once a year, or up towards that way to go camp and everything like that.
Like East Glacier
yeah,
type
East
shit?
Glacier.
Okay.
West
Okay.
Glacier.
Hell yeah.
They have all those.
It's the most
mazes
beautiful
and
place in the
everything like
world,
that.
man.
I've never done the drive across.
Yeah,
I've never done
up
that.
in West
I've only
Glacier,
driven
they
up to
got,
Logan.
West Glacier, they opened a new did you guys see that new roller coaster they have up there?
Huh?
The
yeah.
Alpine Slide?
Yeah, so it's on a hill and shit. So
Oh
they
yeah,
put
it's a
my
little
kids up-
track. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's pretty badass.
There's been like a Alpine Slide type deal on Big Mountain, aka Whitefish Resort, whatever.
How come we've never done that?
Ira, have a good
people
night, brother.
activities.
Thanks for stopping by.
Poor people activities.
As I say, me and Ty lived in the valley. We ain't never done that.
True. It's $5 a ticket, FYI.
Levi, what's yours, man? What's your
What?
favorite family function thing, man?
In Montana or in general?
Yeah, just in Montana, Montana style.
I just really like to go traveling.
Jeez.
No, I just like swimming, man. I like going to new places, go swimming.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what my family likes too. So
Right, dude.
everywhere.
Absolutely.
I like doing events and stuff like with family
But my-
members. You know what I mean? Like all major events. I like doing the fight events with everybody. That's kind of one of my favorite family functions now. It's just the fight events.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for switching over. If you switched over to our YouTube, we appreciate it. Yeah.
So Charlie, man, you've gone over a lot of things, man. I really appreciate your time. I don't know how much time we've been live, but I just want to say I appreciate your time, man. You've done you have an amazing story. I think it's totally worth saving and spreading throughout our communities, because maybe someone out there would be inspired by yours and try to get out of a rut they might be in, man. Because you've done it, dude. You're at
Hell
the
yeah.
top of your fucking game. You're out there spreading your business and spreading money throughout your community. You're rising yourself. It's fucking sick, dude.
Thanks,
got a
man.
good
I
movement.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Native
thanks
Grown
for-
is fucking doing gangster shit, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me here too, man.
I think the
Appreciate
next
it.
stop for Native Grown is the fucking top, baby.
Hell
yeah.
Hell yeah.
To the
Hell
moon, Batman.
Fucking A.
Yeah, man. Do you have any people that you would want to personally shout out? You know, someone that's helped you along the way, people that you know of?
My wife, my dad, for sure. My
their
parents,
names?
you know. Ken Swan, Luella Swan, my wife, Amanda Swan, you know, my daughter, Kiana, she's been there. My business partner, Benjamin Chodar, you know. A few of my friends up there, Tim and them. They're pretty, you know, been by my side since the beginning. So
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
one of my growers, Ryan, he's a dope-ass person, so.
So I think
Yeah.
when you break across, you know, maybe the Albuquerque thing works out, I think we could come back and we tell the story all over.
Yeah, hell yeah,
You know,
hopefully, man.
Be able
Hopefully
to
everything works out up there.
keep expanding. Oh, absolutely, right?
Yeah, that's my biggest goal is to get our product all over.
Become, what'd you call it, level 10, tier 10, something?
Well, that one I'd start from the beginning, but you
Or
know,
20, or
it's state
oh,
jumping.
and-
That way we're getting ready for, you know, me, I'm looking at the big picture of it's going to be legal eventually everywhere. So I'd like to be in every state eventually if I could.
hell yeah.
That's incredible.
Kill Eagle Promotions, and Wesley says, Kill Eagle family appreciate you.
Yeah, tell 'em I appreciate them.
Hey, you tell him, bro.
Oh, appreciate you too,
Yeah. Levi, who are our sponsors? Run 'em, baby.
Guerrilla Warfare Apparel.
Yes, sir.
If you want to get something from there, get some shit from our stuff. Get anything on their site, man. Just use our code TWB10 at checkout. TWB10 at checkout. Need something else removed, like a piece of trash, like if somebody's trash, get them removed. Get them removed from our boy Kyle Hudson of Hudson's Trash Removal. He's got the manpower. He's got the man hours. He'll get it done, baby.
Yeah.
For your sporting events, you go to the motherfucking Halftime Sports Bar. Go watch your fights. Go get some tacos from also Taco Treat.
Yeah.
Beardsconsin, if you need some Beardsconsin, go to beardsconsin.com. Weekly 15 at checkout. Get yourself some old-fashioned. Get yourself some backwoods small batch beard oil.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And 20 past 4, your one-stop vape and head shop. 5 locations. 2 in Great Falls, 1 Helena, 1 Billings, and 1 Prescott, Arizona.
And our
Auntie
auntie.
Jamie St. Mark's.
Let's go.
And with that,
Oh yeah, and I just want to thank
Mike Mattern says, Chuck, what up, brother?
hey,
What up, bro?
our sponsor that just helps us out every now and then, man. Kalen Leg, man, that's our boy.
Oh, that's the dog.
Number
Shout
never
out to you,
changed,
bro.
bro.
Number never changed.
Number never changed, Michael.
There we go. All right, so with that, doors are swinging open, phones are being called. Let's get it on, boys.
Thank you for coming in, man. It's been
Absolutely.
fucking awesome. I enjoyed this episode a lot. I'd love to have you back on because it sounds like we have a lot more to talk about. And I want to see your progress, man. Levi said it first. He said right after you guys open up, or maybe even during the progress. I'd like to see, some progress. We can probably put some pictures up. It'd be awesome to reconnect with you anytime.
I'm definitely stopping at the shop when we open here.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
we'll
man.
be there.
Absolutely. We're
Absolutely.
looking forward to that, man. Great Falls, get off your asses.
But the next time we hope we see you is in Salt Lake City at BKFC 56 to watch your man Kai Stewart defend his title versus Howard H.D. Davis. Let's go.
How exciting.
Yeah,
Let's
whoop that
go.
ass, Kai.
Hell yeah. With that, we are.
The Weekly Bust.
Yes, sir.